Hi, this is Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter, San Francisco Fire Department, reporting to you live from the 3-alarm structure fire at Newcomb and Barneveld here in the Industrial Bayview District of San Francisco. This is a large, unoccupied at the time warehouse that started around 5 o'clock this morning. At this time, San Francisco Fire Department has a good hold on this fire, meaning that the flames and the extension are no longer a threat. We anticipate San Francisco fire units will be on scene throughout the day, if not the weekend, to ensure there's no flare-ups. That would be a reignition. There's no threat to the public, and we're happy to say at this time we have no reports of any injuries associated to this fire. The cause of this fire will be under investigation, and we will update you on the progress of this incident later time on Citizens app and Twitter. Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter.
Yeah, Command, I'm right here. I'm stopping all companies for walking on the Alpha Delta corner. I got cars pouring off the roof. I got you.
This is Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter reporting from 335 Barneveld at Newcomb. Dell Compressors warehouse. This is an active warehouse. It was closed at the time of this 5 in the morning fire. This fire resulted in a third alarm response with significant damage to the building. San Francisco Fire Department was able to save a lot of the materials and workload and vehicles that are inside of this building, as well as adjacent buildings. As you can see, we made entry into our exposure building, and to the other side of the building we have a tow truck yard where we were able to save an antique tow truck that was associated to that building, but not the actual fire itself. At this time, our fire investigators are on scene working on the cause and origin of this fire here at Barneveld and Newcomb. Again, no injuries associated to this fire. San Francisco fire paramedics were first on scene as they were responding to a different call. They reported this fire. It's important to note that early access and early notification to an incident helps us have this type of an outcome with no injuries and really minimal property loss. I'm using minimal in the sense that there's definitely significant damage and loss to this fire, but it could have been a lot worse had this not been reported as quickly as it was. Lots of obstacles here for San Francisco Fire. You can see all the wires here, the placement of the first-in engine company when they arrived on scene with their hydrant connection and their large line deployment to make sure this fire got out. Our aerial trucks trained for daily how to get around electrical cords and wires and power lines. Just as you can see here, we have all of those in effect for this operation. Again, truly amazing job by San Francisco Fire Department. This fire again is contained with no injuries and is under investigation. 335 Barneveld, San Francisco Fire. Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter. This is Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter, San Francisco Fire Department, giving an update to the Barneveld and Newcomb 3-alarm fire that started at 5 o'clock this morning. The address for this incident is 335 Barneveld. The Dell Compressor warehouse sustained significant damage. However, San Francisco firefighters, in part due to very early notification of this fire, were able to keep it contained to this warehouse. As you can see past me, we did make entry into an adjacent warehouse. We were able to keep the flames from going into that warehouse. And off to the other side here, you can see we had a alleyway that was separating the tow yard and the tow company's warehouse which is directly behind 335 Barneveld. We were able to keep that safe as well, essentially also saving a very historic antique tow truck that is housed in that warehouse. San Francisco fire investigators are on scene investigating the cause and the origin of this fire that occurred again at 5 o'clock this morning, resulting in a third alarm fire. Over 100 firefighters on scene to battle this warehouse fire. San Francisco Fire will remain on scene throughout the day, what we call Fire Watch, as well as our fire investigators who will be determining the cause and origin. There is no threat to the public, there are no injuries, and there are no displaced. The owners of this company are in contact with city services, which will be provided and assessed as needed. Lieutenant Jonathan Baxter, San Francisco Fire Department. You're seeing is truck 17 demobbing from a third alarm fire. They're cautious of making sure they're getting in between the first in engine company, the service wire, and the actual PG&E line, high voltage line. These are the obstacles San Francisco firefighters deal with daily, but we also drill and train on these obstacles daily, which makes it easy for us to perform these tasks when we need to, like at this third alarm fire today. You can see the